Today is Saturday, the 21st of February 26th. Time now is 8:07 a.m. I'm going to speak from my heart, from my body to my mind, to my soul. But this is very important thing to do for yourself. So I'm going to start NCS, playing NCS, but the first song you know, from them and when I was young. So it's On and On by Daniel Levy. Okay, so so today's that is very important to me to understand. This is the one who was supposed to make about being excessive, like constitutional model, where I'm from, going back to my constitutional model. I'm autistic, ADHD, Asperger's, mild disability. This is basically UK says autism is a disease, it's like sickness, it's disabled, but we're not in Nigeria, so we don't have that framework. None of us are. People in UK are disabled, I do agree. So this is the unilateral, unilateral uh, unilateral means disjoint. You know, just but the way it's being is disjoint. So consciousness is disjoint. That just means your consciousness or your filter and your flash are disjoint. Floating stuff and doing stuff is disjoint. So there's a third property, and that's disjointness. Things are not. Things have to be aligned. Things have to be perfect. But you don't have to be perfect to be conscious. You just be complete. So this is completion of a system. Because I'm tripolar. I'm three person in one. Who am I? Who am I? What am I? Where am I? Who I am? Who am I? Who is me? Who am I? Is a question to myself. It's a probe. Who am I? I am Obi. Obi can call me Mr. Obi Nexus Namely. That's one part of myself. That's one reality I have. That's one person who can go out of my body and go somewhere else. I'm trying to address the pathology problem. Like the pathology means like what's in the pathology? It's a derivation. I'm two person one. I'm tripolar. I'm three person one. And I'm proud to say that because I'm a Nigerian. I won't proud to say from the UK because I'm disabled. The ill framework. But pathology just means you are you will have a divergence in the brain, divergence that doesn't have a function of phenotypic purpose, a useful purpose, in the brain, it doesn't have a pathology doesn't have there's no useful purpose for your brain to do that. No point for your brain to have that structure. And brain structure is very important because, without good brain structure, you don't have a good cognition. Like, you have phenotype and genotype models. So genotype is genetic structures, makeup, and you have phenotype feature structures, what you can do. Plus the brain too, but this is very important to understand, that the structure of the brain is tripartite. I'm complete, but that's from living in the UK. I'm complete. I'm Uche, Mr. Knowledge. You can call me Obi, my title. You can call me. I'm not Pandora. I'm a man, so I'm a man, but I'm a former man and woman. So because I'm a man, I'm a woman. I have to have the genotype of a woman, the phenotype of a woman, before I become a man. Because I was born in time. I was born in time. I was born just right, just perfect. So because I was born in time, I wasn't born in space. I'm not a woman, I'm a man. So your natural district just means consciousness is separate. Consciousness is a separate unit of the reality. It is separate from everything that is real. Everything that is real in one frame. If you have a mirror, consciousness, you're aware of your consciousness, but your consciousness is aware. You don't have to be aware of consciousness, you just have to be. Because it just belongs in a system, that gives you belonging, but it's distinct. It belongs to the reality, but it belongs to you, but it's natural. It's you. Process it's you just being aware of stuff. But the awareness is distinct. Sometimes you can't be aware of until you're told you're aware of it. And you have to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Long term of things, it's very far away to say that thing to, what I'm saying? So consciousness is distinct, and secondly, so the video is still basically this is important because it's unilateral anti-pathology model. So tell me, let me think. Let me think. Do it to my computer. Sorry, guys. Let me think. So it's an anti-pathology model. I wouldn't say it's a disease. I'll say I'm Uche, Eze is king. Obi, Nexus, Eze. There's three people in me. The differentiations of consciousness. The problem of the pathology is why we call this pathology? It's a differentiation. And the framework of differentiation is like calculus. So the three different people in one person, or two different people in one. They can be here, alive or dead. But they can be here and now, here in space, now in space. Can be here physically in space and now in space. Being actually having an action in space, the dream. I am three person. I have here and now times three. So I am tripartite. So I have here and now Uche, if Umbrella, if Charlie, this Ham, if Echo. I'm Uche, Eze, if because I'm a king in Nigeria, that's how I call me Eze, I call my persona Eze. But this is about the personal development of a differentiation mechanism. Because I'm just studying my autism as a child. So I'm supposed to be studying my autism as a child, I'm have autism, ADHD, and Asperger's. Now, ADHD is basically ADHD is very important to understand. You have two types of poles. You have double the space and half the time and double the space. Half the time you process information and double the space. I have this was born in time. I will have double the space, so I'm time first, time only first. But I'm time only first, but I am polar inverse time only. So basically because I was born in time and I can go out my body literally, I can leave, I can take, I can start seeing stuff. It takes like if I stay, if Uche goes out my body, it's literally just leaving my body. It's not. It's just transcend. It's just he just left. Like but this space, he's still in this space. But he has a different body. He has a body. Maybe I have different clothes. So I can put on a persona of Eze one day, and you understand why I'm wearing that clothes. When I put my king hat, with my logo. I can put on a persona to you, but you understand one second that you're doing. So I'm saying to you, pretty much all of me, myself, and I, who am I? I still don't know what it means to be fully alive. I still don't know. I'm still confused about a lot of things. But who the universe is I look for time. I'm ahead of time. So, I compete for ahead of time. Because I don't compete for now, I compete for the future. So I can be type two type of autism. EDG type one is how to go in time. I'm time first, time for the self, double the time to do anything. To have a space. So that's like double time to process information. To do something, I work in time actually. I can do it for this, do stuff quickly because I'm time first, and space to get it down. So if I'm doing an email, I have double the time. Give it 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I have 60 minutes. So 30 minutes, I have 60 minutes. 60 minutes is what I have really. Say 30 minutes time, 60 minutes to write this email. And then give me half the time. Half the time. Give me the file should be the word should be I should have 500 word essay in that email to 500 word essay. So in case 500 words, I have half the space of time, so I have 250 words to do. So I have that's my person, that's my person. I'm double space. So 30 minutes divided by 250 words because what's quantifiable? The reason it's quantifiable, this mathematical. 0.2 time first time because the ratio of space in time basically space first because in time space I have 0.2 so 0.12 seconds 30 minutes of no 30 minutes this is not much so not 30 minutes so 30 minutes is 60,000 6 times 5 6,000 times 5 5 is 30 seconds times 50 50 60,000 times 50 which is give me 30 6 and 5 is 30 or to give me 30 30 minutes. Now 65 6,000 60,000 in 1 millisecond 60,000 in 1 second millisecond is 1 second divided by times 50 is give me 30 minutes 30 minutes that will be 300,000 divided by 500 word count 600 words per minute per 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 second. I can put down 607 words. This is one of the interesting I'm using. Basically, divided by 500, so 300,000 divided by 500 words. No, divided 300,000 onto 1,000 divided by 250. 250, because that's half the term. Double space and half the time. Okay, so that'll be 300,000 times 2. 300,000. 300 300,000 times 2 will be 600,000 divided by 250 because half of 250 words. And that would be 2,400 seconds, 2,400. So basically, I have a rate per minute of 2,400 seconds I have for every word count, every word count. So this is a word to ratio model, but that just means that can be polar inverse. So I'm polar inverse because polar inverse accounts for the space. So wait, if it's 200, if you say this is RPM, this is raised per minute, this is 0.9 meters per second, meters per second. This is like word count. So this would be 240 times per second. I mean, space like to actually press the letters to do the word, do the exit via an email, send an email. You may think it's counterintuitive, but the pathology. So if I have the pathology, so I could have three division, three rotations. I have to divide take the derivative. So I have to divide it by three. So divided by three is 800. 800. So I can hand this problem to Uche, Eze, and Obi. So that will be 800 time first. No, time first. Yeah. 800 seconds, 800 milliseconds. So 2,500 milliseconds divided by 3 is 800 milliseconds. This will be the share between. So basically, that's the time to change my way to first perspective. To have a conscious switch. Between the certain which is in the exercise, and if I need more time, that more time doesn't come from anywhere. It has to be divided. So the rotation. So I can use my persona. I can use my persona, which is an Obi. So the second problem I want to address is so that'll be 800 time, because time only first. Polar inverse, so I count for ahead of time. So polar inverse means I count for things ahead of time. So my planning. So if I'm planning ahead of that, and I make something two steps, take one step forward. You can have two steps that can take one step. You can have one step. We can have one plan to take two steps forward. One plan. So I'm polar inverse. So I plan ahead of time. So I plan everything I do in my life. So literally, it's like this. So the second one problem I want to address is the Asperger's problem. So the Asperger's problem is the bipolar narcissism. Basically, I'm tripolar, so this is what I'm here and now, past and present, and the future. There's three people in one person. But I'm not the pathologist. I'm not sick. They give me an injection needles. But the bipolar problem is a problem that I call for bipolars. You are alive and dead. You are here and now, but you have this chance. You have that time shared between half and half. So it's like if you have the words, uh, the word supercalifragilistic anti, supercalifragilistic anti, uh, supercalifragilistic anti-lolly. Let's say Jack and the Beanstalk. When you have a tongue twister or word anti-disestablishmentarianism, anti-disestablishment, anti-disestablishmentarianism. Let me see if I can find the dictionary. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. What does it mean? Opposition is a symbol of the Church of England. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. That's no joke. That word is structured. It's structured in the way you can understand it. So it means that a church where it's a word that is belongs to the belongs to the religion. They have substitute. They have such kind of anti against anti against this approval establishment. You don't want you against some kind of establishment, uncertain, like a church, like anti. So the word is kind of cool, anti-establishmentalism, terrorism, but it's basically anti means I'm against. This I mean I want to I'm against. I'm distant. I don't want to be part of that system. Establishment. The establishment that don't want to be a part of like a church. That's three words. That's three phonetic words that have meaning. They are phonetic. That just mean you can anti dash this dash established. You have to start to apply for a properly. So the solution is I need you gotta have anti-discrimination, but you gotta have anti something else, anti-establishmentalism of an institution, something like that, anti-substitution of a school. But it's a concept that holds because of the world is too rigid. So the kind of local maximum I'm telling you about is kind of system. So my point is this kind of word is hard to put for some. But if you hand the problem to Eze, Uche, and Obi, they can say it in their own framework. Anti. So if let's say I'm bipolar, so I'm bipolar, I'm not tripolar, hypothetically. If I say anti, I mean anti means no, but I'm trying to say anti disestablished Anti-disestablishment mentarianism. I'm trying to say that word. What would that word look like in my framework? Anti-establishmentarianism. So I have the word anti, and I put it in half. Anti, so I keep putting it in half to promote goals away. So anti-disestablishmentarianism. The state in house anti this establishment, and so the first structure is anti, so one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Still phonetics, so anti will be half, so one, two, three, one, two, three, four. So basically I'll take anti this. So basically I can start the word terrorism or something. So if I'm using tripod, bipolar, the word will be anti this, and this establishment, you know terrorism, because after separated in a half. So the half word will be anti, the second one will be disestablishment, and the third one will be terrorism, terrorism. So anti disestablished terrorism. So I'm showing it in house based on the words actually make sense and they're processable. They're processable. But the processable words are district, they have no pathology involved. So if I'm tripolar, so basically the words are either in a state of alive and dead, or like I know the words, I know the sentence, I know what this means. Well, it's just two structures. You can have two things that you can do two things at a time. So what I can do, you can say two, you can do process two things at a time in any frame. So anti this established term, this establishment is one word. Terrorism is referring to the church. So I can say anti this establishment terrorism phonetically, but I have to pass that word in my framework of Asperger's. So basically, the Bible is an Asperger's problem. So who gets to say? You don't even get to say words. No, you don't even get to. You go to process words. You don't need to say words. You do need to process information. Because information is incoherent when there are a lot of lights and stuff. But it's not about flashing lights, guys. It's not about flashing lights. It's about able to process information. This light here, guys, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't. It's not affecting me. I'll be a vampire. So it's kind of the problem with the sensory system too. If the system doesn't gives you a serious sense of false security, because it's like I'm on all day, and if I start, you gotta start affecting my sensory aspects, my eyes, my ears, but it's not over this period of time, But it doesn't do that to me because I'm not from UK. Me, I'm fine with the lights. I don't complain about the lights. That's a fact with me. But I don't look at the lights literally because lights are naturally dangerous to everyone's eyes. I would see everybody stare at the lights and say, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." Everyone's no, it's not just similar. I want their eyes because I want to be able to find out what with lights too. But I'm saying to you, the framework of being bipolar, tripolar is having a system that supercalifragilistic anti supercalifragilistic supercalifragilistic anti. Let me just define the word. Supercalifragilistic, espialidocious. Supercalifragilistic, espialidocious. This is the one word you can say. If you could spell out, I'll just say this a child, it's just for fun. Because I was a very smart child. The word Superman. The anchor quali, fragilistic, docious, fragile, super Cali. I'm super. I can call you. I'm fragile, but fragilistic, espialidocious. So I can split this in my head as supercalifragilistic and espialidocious. So whenever I need a word, I just think about these two things because I have the problem. So the tripolar problem is having. Basically you have to understand that processes is dimensions, domains, not dimensions. Domains refer to the probe, the actual question. But it's actually computable. So I'm trying to draw a parser to parse this kind of framework too. So it's like a system can probe itself with a question in that framework. For example, categories of music: R&B, rock and roll, lo-fi, Afrobeat. Those are categories of dimensions. Well, does music actually? Can I actually sense? Can I hear the music? Can I hear music like this music, like lo-fi, this lo-fi music, this NCS? Can I hear this music, NCS, and categorize it? Just do process it. That's lo-fi, that's Afrobeat, that's techno. That's what the computers have to do. But people have to listen to music first to decide it. So one more thing, if you go to github.com/obnexus, no, /riff player, no, github.com/O for Oscar, B for Bravo, I for Indigo, N for November, E for Echo, X for X, E for Umbrella, etc. /Rift player, you find a web page there. You can play. You can use the option to serve the system. It's a GitHub page. So basically, that's basically a coding system for video. So any video you have there will upload to like human rights protocol. OpenAccess MK2. That's O for Oscar, B for Bravo, I for India, N for November, E for Echo, S for M for Mike, I give a kilo, T number 2. So I'm going to set up today. The chef web page there for MK2. So basically, MK2 is Mark 2 of OpenAccess because I can't log into my GitHub account, but everything is still there. So I have to still recover, I have to go to GitHub support later on the phone. Hopefully, they'll help me get it sorted out, get my account recovered. But I'm gonna still try and recover my GitHub account, but I'm gonna leave it for anyone to just leave her to me. So the framework of the framework, so bipolar split in two, sorry, but have 3 layers of person. So yes, no, and maybe understand. The system trying to resolve itself into a system of so bipolar you have two sides, you have yes and no. You have two people like Uche and Eze are bipolar. But tripolar have three processing, three people in one. So I'm wrong. So the word supercalifragilistic can be divided in three. So let's start as a super. What is super? Cali. Let me start to do this again. Super. Expialidocious is supercalifragilistic. That's what we'll stop. Supercalifragile. So super Cali, that's forward, fragile, califragile. So I'll keep fragile the expialidocious, super califragilistic. So I'll keep califragilistic, super, and exponential system. So if X says super, which it says califragilistic, and OB says exponential, it's a working model of a system but you have to join the words together. So you have three percent angles. So it works with this joint and it's tripartite. The thing I'm saying then is that it has to stop dyslexia because dyspraxia. Because dyslexia, but I don't have dyslexia. I'm not disabled. I have a bachelor in computer science. I'm studying myself, But the data model of coherence, so it's got a model to kind of consciousness distant. So why is consciousness distant? Consciousness is distant because everyone wants to be independent. Consciousness wants to be independent. Consciousness wants to be independent from anything that's you. That's you. So you can make yourself. You can decide your persona, your who you are, your authentic self, who you really are. So that's why consciousness is distant. And the distant consciousness model is why OpenAccess has in front of OpenAccess. That's why that's just that's what not to tell you. That's what the process have. So the anti-pathology model make sure that we don't our consciousness doesn't deviate into other systems. We're not masking, we're masquerading. We're being our most authentic selves and displaying our most persona based on our real world experiences and on a world around. So no one just dress me up, I dress myself up, because consciousness wants to be different. Because I say I want to be dressed up, I ask for me to do it, So the pathology problem is consciousness being kind of a deviation of deviation, not the deviation of its own department, not the derivation, not the because you can evolve too, so not the differentiation. So you have to be your authentic self, and that's what the foundation. That's why I have to separate the question: foundation track and spiritual. The two-track Canvas system. You have two tracks to respect your persona development. On the organization. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe if you get it. I'm gonna go shower now.